Slanted eyes? Wow, that's racist.
A racist rant caught on camera. That is in Garden Grove. The issue, we're told the woman was upset over chalk drawings by the man's children.
But it clearly progressed into anger and fear. Here's KCAL9 Orange County reporter Stacy Butler.
You won't even tell your kids to stop.
This Garden Grove dad never dreamed one neighbor's demands to have his kids clean up their chalk drawings from the back alley would lead to this.
You Marilyn, come on. You won't even tell your kids to stop it. Where's your wife?
Alex Wong says the bizarre confrontation didn't stop there.
Get out of my house, please.
It's your house? Oh, well, that's good to know.
A fourth time, he asked her to leave.
Tell your kids to stop it or else I'm gonna...
You're gonna do what? You're gonna do what?
Wong says he asked her not to touch his car. Then she hit it again and again and walked back toward him. That's when her rant turned racist.
I don't think you live here because I saw you have slanted eyes. And I talked to a...
Slanted eyes? Wow, that's racist.
The cell phone video Wong shot shows the neighbor walking toward him, yelling racial epithets. He was clipped in on a stationary bike. As she approached yelling at him, he was unable to move away from her.
It was scary because not only was she physically able to push me at one point as she get closer and closer, but it was like I didn't want her to spit. I don't know where she's been.
Wong says when she kicked over his fan walking toward him, he screamed.
Get the hell out of my house. Get the hell out of my house. Sir, last chance before I pepper spray her. That's it.
Wong unclipped from his bike and grabbed a knife he says he keeps in his garage. Only then, he says, did they leave.
I never wanted to result to that, right? And to be honest with you, I'm still struggling with the fact that I had to reach for what in essence is a weapon to point it at somebody and say, leave my house.
We tried to speak with a woman caught on cell phone video. She didn't want to talk on camera. Her husband, who didn't want to share their names, says Wong was combative and misinterpreted her comments as racist.
She did that because there was a guy who came here before him who looked like he was kind of had slanted eyes, but I said it wasn't the same guy. And he just took that as being she was racist, but she's not. My wife is not like that at all.
Wong says he reported the hate incident to police. He hasn't decided yet if he's going to file charges.
What's going on, tubers? Welcome back to Blues Channel 66. Hey, what's going on with Orange County? What's going on with the quote-unquote OC? Growing up, you always meet these stuck-up people back in Orange County, back in the days where Orange County was supposed to be better than LA County. Certain people you'll meet, they'll be so hanged up on their and stuck up. You know what I mean? It's always been like that, way back in the day. You know what I mean? Especially in the 90s. Now, when you look at it, there's always something going on in the OC. Chaotic mess. I remember I used to be a bouncer out there. I used to work at the Shark Club in Costa Mesa. I like Costa Mesa. I used to roll through different cities, roll to Fullerton to deal with this chick I was dating in the late 90s. But I would always pass through Garden Grove. Now notice, and I'm not trying to be racial, hear me out, I'm not trying to be racial, but there's a lot of Asians in Garden Grove back then and still to this day. So, I'm trying to figure out, in this scenario, with this case, with this lady getting into it with her neighbor, and she's calling the man slanted eye, saying he's a slanted eye guy, he's not supposed to be here. This white lady, this old white lady, saying that to him and the neighbors. It doesn't make sense. I mean, of course, there's a lot of parts in Orange County that's lily white, But then you got a lot of Hispanics, a lot of Asians, a lot of everything else, other groups. There's not many black folks out there. And plus, it's always been high. The rent has always been high out in Orange County. Always. You know what I mean? Well, now, look at it now. LA County, rent is hella high. But my thing is, I'm trying to figure out, the lady was being aggressive with her own neighbor. I'm thinking that them being neighbors and living right by each other, they must share the same carport, or their garages are like probably in the rear of an alley, for her to be so pissed off at him having his children out there drawing, chalk figures in the pavement. And she was trying to forcefully tell her neighbor to make sure that he cleans it up, because it's annoying, and I guess they live so close by for her to be so teed off. As far as the guy grabbing a knife in this situation, this is an old lady, you know what I mean? I don't think that was appropriate. Then he was saying he gonna grab his pepper spray. I can understand that when he said that he don't know if she was gonna spit on him. I could understand that. It seems like with the pandemic and everything, any little thing will tick people off. And I can imagine you have neighbors that live right next door to each other. They have, their homes is right by each other, and it's like over some chalk drawings that kids make on the sidewalk. I remember when I was a kid, we used to have chalk drawings all in the driveway, like the orange ones, like especially in the Halloween time, the orange ones and the white chalk print all in there, drawing ghosts and stuff like that. I remember that as a kid. Hopefully that issue has been resolved, and hopefully they both can become neighborly. Or they don't even have to be. Just ignore each other. I'm not a neighborly person myself. I like my privacy. I pay for my privacy. I like privacy. That's how I am. I'm not stuck up or nothing, but I just like my peace and I like my privacy. I don't like being bothered. That's another story. All right, Tubers, feel free to sub, comment, like, share, and jot down your thoughts on this situation with these two neighbors getting into it. Let me know your thoughts. Late.